baddies. As you can tell by the title of this video, teacher in the 5th grade. And just know that if you're not subscribed to Bernie's Baddies, you're not doing nothing, period. Like, you already know. Get over to this damn channel, because my channel is that channel, period. And so is other people's, just saying. But also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into this video. So, to be honest with you, we're going to call this teacher Mrs. B or whatever, you know. And I just want to let y'all know that this video right here is to not bash anybody or anything like that. The whole purpose of this video, in all honesty, is I just want to share this video to educate parents to step up more for their kids. You know, like, because not every parent does that. You know, you have some parents that do, and then you have some that don't, you know, with me being said. So we're going to call this teacher Mrs. B, okay? At the beginning of the school year in Mrs. B's class, whatever, right? So to notice that, like, basically, in all honesty, like, you know, like, it's a regular school, like a regular class. You know, she started being nice to me or whatever. You know, we're getting prepared for the class. You know, everybody got their school supplies. You know, the first day of school is usually cool. But I started to notice, like, around a couple months later, like, just for example, like 3 or 4 months later, I'm trying to remember, but I'm just telling y'all a story as I remember, right? So, like, around 3 or 4 months later, I started to notice, like, she would, like, basically, like, try to treat special ed kids, you know, like kids who get extra help from like a side teacher or whatnot, so they make sure that y'all catch up or anything like that. I noticed that, like, she'll treat special eds like, you know, special ed kids, including me, right? She would go in there and try to treat me like a certain way, like be trying to treat me all weird and all funny and stuff like that. And to be honest with you, that always made me feel some type of way. I did not like it. Me thinking about as a little kid, I did not know how to express my feelings. Because one thing I always noticed, every time whenever I try to express my feelings, it always got swept underneath the rug. I felt like whenever I was able to express my feelings, like, you know, pretty much that whole grade level was over. And basically what I mean about her, like, treating us like all weird or whatnot, is that she would not treat students the same way, like, equally. She would go in there and basically have more respect and be more cool with the kids who did not need no help at all, and kids that can catch on their own that don't need help. And then for the kids that did, she would go in there, try to belittle them, try to call them dumb. She would go in there and call them dumb. She would go in there and say that they're stupid and stuff like that. And also, she would go in there and she would go in there and basically put the special ed kids failing score, and she would go in there and broadcast it to the whole class, and the other kids is laughing at them about it. And, like, I don't really get it. Like, and me thinking back on it, I'm just like, what kind of teacher does that? Like, are you a fucking teacher or are you a fucking bully? Which one is it? Like, it does not make no damn sense. I really don't get it. I really don't understand it. Bernie's Baddies, do y'all agree with me? Because it's like, you're a teacher. You're supposed to encourage and educate. You're supposed to encourage and educate everybody and treat everybody the same way. You're not supposed to be treating nobody fucking weird and funny. Like, what type of shit is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, what the fuck? You know, I'm just sorry though for the cussing guy. Ew. But anyway, I remember us taking a math test. It was a question like 1 through 20, right? So basically, like, to be honest with you, in our class, you know, I'm the goofy kid. Like, you know, I'm the goofy kid. I'm kind of like AKA the class clown or whatever. But, like, you know, I still always tried and put an effort into my work or whatnot. But me thinking back then, I didn't like help because I found it embarrassing though, stuff, because she basically would kind of like try to bully me or whatnot. I felt like she tried to have other kids like make fun of people like in groups like me, you know, stuff that had it. I just want to tell you I was the only kid in there, right? Or whatever. So she would like try to make fun and try to bash me, you know, for it or whatever, and that's how I felt. And like one thing I started to notice is like after the math test or whatnot, I was pissed, and I guess according to her damn ears, I was laughing or whatnot. Do you know what the fuck she done did? She told everybody my score, guys. She told everybody my score. She was just like this. Well, hey, guys, I want you to know Destiny got a 5. She got 1 question out of 20. Like, she basically put me on blast, like, you know, like, just embarrassed the fuck out of you type shit. She going up there telling everybody all your personal business and basically having other kids laugh at me. And, like, do you know the embarrassment and the pain I felt behind that? And do you know how much courage and how mentally strong I was to deal with that? Because I had to suck that shit up. I noticed that, like, if it wasn't God for being with me, I probably would be in jail right now or something, you know, right? So basically, I felt like God was just teaching me the power of silence for me, not to pay no mind to her negative energy. So I had to learn, you know, how to deal with that or whatever. But, like, that right there was not the first and only time, guys. That right there is her first strike for disrespecting / violating me. And also, I have something else to tell y'all. So she did this to another student. It was another boy. So we're gonna call him T. So basically, Mrs. B, she did this to another boy named T. Grade score. I just want you to know you got a 40% grade score, and all the other kids is laughing at him though too. I'm just like, y'all really not gonna do nothing about her doing that? Do you know what she used to have us do every time whenever the school district in Norfolk comes? Basically, like the whole VA, like part of the VA, like school district, basically the type of school district it was, and everything like that. It was like kind of somewhat like one of them prestigious like school districts to check out like the schools around the area just to make sure that the kids is being like, you know, properly educated, make sure that they're getting that proper education, and make sure everybody is learning here. So basically, in order to save this damn woman's job and whatnot, right? So like people that was in a special ed group, we had to go in there and act like we like her. But me, I really don't. You know, come up with a plan, and I was thinking about making her look bad. Like, I'm just like, does you want to make me look bad? I'm gonna make you look bad though too. I'm gonna tell everybody the truth, and I'm gonna go in there and tell everybody that you putting me down and that you trying to make me feel bad about myself. You know what I'm saying? I guess to be honest with you, though, so my special ed teacher, we're gonna call her Mrs. C. So I guess Mrs. C, when I don't have her, and basically found out, and she told me to not go in there and do that to her because the main teacher would go in there and get fired, and she'll lose her job or whatever. And also, we got a third strike of her doing this, of Mrs. B doing this to another student. And this time, the student was not in special ed. She would go in there and be cussing at the kids, yo. She would calling kids like bitches and stuff like that, you know, in 5th grade and stuff. She would go around calling kids like, you know, bitches and stuff like that though too. And like I remember the girl and stuff, her name starts with an A. Like, so basically me and A is having a conversation, right? And she would be going up there like telling me or whatnot. And I just went up there and told her, why don't you tell your mom? Why don't you go in there and tell your mom? And she's like, this, oh no, my mom will cuss her out, my mom will cuss her out. I'm just like, why don't you just tell your mom? After that, I didn't say no more about it. I'm just like this, if you want to let somebody talk to you like that, I basically suggested that she tell her mom. And yes, I'll get into part of why I didn't tell mine. Okay? So 4th strike of her doing this, guys. I remember her treating this other boy though so bad though too. She went up there and told his other score besides me and T's. I forgot what his name was, but we're gonna call him, shoot, what am I trying to call this boy's name? I forgot what the letters name started off with because it's like so long ago, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to really think, Bernie's baddies. Please don't click off this video though, for real. Really, I'm trying to think. We're gonna call him I. Okay, so like basically, in all honesty, she went there and told out his score out loud. And like she went up there and told his score out loud. I just want you to know, everyone else passed and you failed. You got a 30% on your test report. It's just like, to be honest with you, what it's really giving me as you, as a teacher and a creator, is giving me that you want to fit with the cool kids that's making fun of other people. Seems like to me that you're like with the miserable group people and you just want to be with like, you know, tearing other people down and you want to be into that. Like, I don't get it and I don't understand it, like, at all. I really don't at all. Used to bully me and try to belittle me and call me names and stuff. Do you know what the fuck this woman would do? Nah, shit. She would just go in there, sit there and watch them do it. So pretty much a lot of the times I had to say stuff back and I had to defend myself. The only time she would intervene or try someone to intervene is unless things got physical, unless people don't put like their hands on each other. She would never try to stop it before and prior to that. Like, basically, multiple times on occasions, she would basically try to call me dumb and stuff. Like, my failure score. But she only did that one time to me to her failure score. But she did, though, do it to other 4 or 5 students. I did name, though, right at the back off my hand, though, too, as well. And on top of that, one thing for sure, one thing I noticed on stuff, she would be trying to talk bad about other students to other kids, though, too, as well. Like, basically, parents, as I'm telling y'all this story, I want y'all to stand for y'all kids. And I want y'all to really pay attention of how a teacher and a student is interacting with each other. See how, like, the teacher is treating your kids. Because there's some fucked up ass teachers out here. And there's some fucked up teachers that will go in there, cause, you know, your kids to be unhappy during the school year. And, like, in all honesty, she went up there and allowed a bunch of kids to bully me, belittle me, and go in there and try to treat me in any type of way. In all honesty, for me to stay away from people who make you feel like shit about yourself. Stay away from people that make you feel bad about yourself, because you really don't have to deal with them at all whatsoever. I just want to let y'all know that. And also, parents, I'm trying to say this to y'all again. Step take a step for your kids. If you don't take a step though for your kids and you don't stand up for your kids, nobody else is gonna do it but y'all. Pay close attention to how your kids and the teacher interact with each other. Pay attention though to the vibes, the energy, and all that. And it got so bad to the point during our 5th grade being like 1 or 2 weeks during the last day of school, guys, that one of these students got tired of her and they was trying to shoot her with a gun. That's how bad of a teacher she was. She went up there, had kids hate her that fucking bad. Like, seriously. Like, in all honesty, side for recess, right? And, like, basically, I remember her not only for, like, her taking us outside for recess. And, you know, like, basically, this right here was the girl. So we're going to call her E. So, basically, Miss is B and E and stuff. Like, that was kind of her favorite side student. But her little favorite side student started to turn on her, you know, be her enemy, though, too. Or whatnot, right? Because basically E, she was also the second class bully. Mrs. B, the teacher, she was the first somewhat classes bully, but also cool with the kids that was doing it at first, in my opinion. I have a right to say what I say. It's a free country, freedom of expression, freedom of speech. But also, like, her little second side student E, no, so she was the class bully. She always wanted to be saying slick up to you. I just want you to know I can beat you up. I can fight you. I can fight everybody. I can get a fight though with everybody. Then you and all that. And like also basically some of the other like cool little bullying kids, I guess, to be honest with you, they got threatened by her or something like that, and they really did not want to be around her at all. But she chose to like force herself to try to fit in with her group. And I noticed though for the past while and stuff, I really do think, honestly, wholeheartedly, I think your friend because they didn't want to make her mad or whatnot. Like eventually though, towards the end of the school year, they got sure or whatnot. And I remember the A-girl side friend or sidekick, no stuff. She went up there and said this. I just want you to know, girl, I see you outside the streets and all. I just want you to know my older sister, she don't play about me. She will fuck you up and all this stuff. Like basically trying to threaten a bunch of fights though we're not on people or whatever. I'm just like, it's too much drama here. That's why I'm just saying, like, the prayer that I was saying in my head, honestly, guys, I'm just like this. I am grateful and I'm very happy that this is my last year with any of you guys, especially her. After that, I ain't see her no more, and I'm grateful I haven't, and my life's been better off ever since I've been away from that negative energy and around that toxicity, because I don't have to be around. Hey, Bernie's baddies this much, and I love you guys from the bottom of my heart, and just know that I don't want any sympathy or anything like that. I'm grateful, to be honest with you, that happened to me, because I learned that I don't have to deal with people like that, and I don't have to believe the things you're saying. And you know, one thing I learned is about, like, you know, people like that is that a lot of times, in all honesty, you're trying to basically project your insecurities onto me, and I don't need that negative energy around me at all whatsoever. I can pray though for you and everything like that, but I don't want you in my life whatsoever. I love you, Vernie's baddies, very much, and I wish y'all nothing but the best. Peace.